The darts world is unlike any other.
Double 12! That is the most amazing leg of odds you will ever see in your life! I can't speak!
The sport has been dominated by passionate fat and bald men for as long as anyone can remember. You would assume that most darts players are just men who had no real talent in any other sports, so just picked up playing darts in rundown pubs, surviving on Sunday roasts and an ungodly amount of beer. However, one kid is changing landscape of darts, transitioning the game from old men throwing metal sticks at a board to an incredibly talented beer-bellied young man doing the exact same thing. So how has Luke the Nuke Littler burst onto the scene of darts and set fire to the game in just the few months he's been around? Luke Littler was born on January 21, 2007, in Runcorn, and was brought up in the nearby neighborhood of Warrington. His mom sells candles for a living, and his dad is a taxi driver, meaning both his parents came from humble beginnings. Luke began playing darts at the tender age of 18 months after his father purchased a magnetic dartboard from a pound shop. His parents quickly realized how naturally gifted Luke was at darts, so encouraged him early on, which resulted in Luke achieving his first 180 at the age of 6. At age 10, he began training at a nearby darts facility called St. Helens Darts Academy, a facility known for nurturing talent and icons such as Michael Smith, Dave Chisnall, and now Luke the Nuke. The academy had been a staple in the St. Helens community for 17 years, supporting young darts players. Shortly after joining, Luke began competing in under-21 tournaments, and at just 13 years old, he achieved his first 9-dart finish, marking a significant milestone in his journey. Luke's dad explained that Luke was deeply ingrained in darts from a young age, stating, "He was a good footballer. He loved football. All kids do. But I said to him at 9, hang your boots up. Concentrate on darts. You can still play football here and there. But if there's a darts comp on at the weekends, go to darts first." When I said to him, "You need to keep playing darts," he was okay with it. We put him in every competition that was online. In 2019, Luke Littler clinched the England Youth Grand Prix and the Isle of Man Masters Youth Competition, defending the latter title in 2020. In November 2021, he won his first seniors title at the Irish Open, defeating Barry Copeland 6-2, which qualified him for the 2022 WDF World Darts Championship at just 14 years old. A couple of weeks later, during the Junior MVG Masters tournament, he scored another 9-dart finish. As Luke's success in competitions grew, he needed a nickname that matched his impressive performances. He recalled, "We were sitting in a pub, my dad and me. I was about 13 or 14 years old, and I didn't have a nickname yet. We were just playing with my name. Luke, 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 and suddenly, Luke the Nuke popped into our heads. It felt perfect." In 2022, Luke Littler secured victories in several major competitions, including the Isle of Man Open, the Romanian Classic, the WDF Europe Youth Cup, and the Junior World Darts Championship. By September, the National Federation chose him to represent the country in the Senior WDF Europe Cup. In that event, he reached the quarterfinals in the singles competition and earned a gold medal in the team event. In 2023, Luke continued his winning streak, triumphing in the third series of the Modus Super Series in May and then retaining the title again in August. In November, Luke Littler successfully defended his World Youth Championship title, defeating 21-year-old Dutch talent Jan van Veen. This victory secured him a spot in the Senior World Darts Championship for the first time, set to take place the following month. Despite his impressive achievements and rising profile within the darts community, Luke remained relatively unknown to the wider public and those who weren't avid darts fans. Before the World Championships, Luke Littler had accumulated just $2,500 in prize money and was ranked 164th globally, which was a mind-blowing achievement considering he had only recently turned 16. The tournament kicked off with the preliminary rounds on December 15, 2023, and was scheduled to run through the holiday season, concluding on the 3rd of January 2024. Qualification for the tournament involves a seeding process, with top seeds automatically earning a spot based on their performance in previous major competitions and high rankings. The remaining 32 slots are filled through international qualifiers and secondary dart tours. As a result of winning the World Youth Championship, Luke Littler qualified for the tournament as a wild card entry, as mentioned earlier. The Alexandra Palace, affectionately known as the Alley Pally, would host a crowd of 3,200 boisterous fans to watch these beer-bellied tungsten warriors showcase their talent. While the venue has seen legendary performances from the likes of the Rolling Stones and Pink Floyd, when the darts players hit the stage, the venue lights up like no other. In the first round of the tournament, Luke took down Christian Kist with a decisive 3-0 victory, then beat UK Open winner Andrew Gilding 3-1 in the second round. These wins launched the young star into the spotlight. But it wasn't just his gameplay that made headlines. Many were astonished that this generational talent was just 16 years old. After Christmas, on December 28th, Luke Littler beat Canadian player Matt Campbell 4-1. This victory set him up for a round of 16 match against former world champion Raymond van Barneveld. As the tournament moves forward, the number of sets required to win a match increases. In the round of 16, the format changes from first to 3 sets to first to 4 sets, with the set count going up to 7 sets by the final round. By reaching the round of 16, Luke Littler was guaranteed a minimum of $35,000 in prize money, with the potential to earn up to £500,000 if he won the tournament. Luke joked that he'd spend his winnings on a trip to Alton Towers, FIFA points, and his favorite food, kebabs. Ahead of this crucial round, Michael van Gerwen, a legend in darts and the youngest to win a major PDC title at 23, offered Luke some advice.
Can you give any advice to Luke Littler, or do you think he's learning on the spot what he's doing?
Yeah, keep doing what he does, you know what I mean? Keep eating the burgers and the chips and no, I'm winding up. He's such a talent.
Despite many expecting this match to be the end of the road for Luke Littler, he stunned everyone by defeating Raymond van Barneveld 4-1. The hype surrounding this teenager only grew, with fans and analysts alike diving deep into his game to understand his winning formula. When it comes to his equipment, Luke uses 23-gram, 90% tungsten Swiss point steel-tip darts, with a barrel length of 52mm and a barrel width of 6.5mm, which is on the slightly heavier side, but clearly, they were working. Luke's throwing technique features a low elbow, a flick of the wrist, and a positioning of the dart beneath his line of sight, allowing his shoulder to stay level upon release. On New Year's Day 2024, it would be with this technique that Luke Littler would destroy Brendan Dolan in the quarterfinals, winning 5-1. This made him the first debutant to reach the semifinals since Nathan Aspinall in 2009. A couple of days later, on the 3rd of January 2024, Luke Littler convincingly defeated Rob Cross in the semifinals, winning 6-2. This victory put him just one match away from the championship title and a potential prize of £500,000. The much-anticipated final, dubbed the Battle of the Lukes, was set. Luke the Nuke Littler versus Luke Cool Hand Humphreys. Despite Littler's energetic entrance to the sounds of Pitbull and the crowd's hopes for an underdog triumph, it was Humphreys who prevailed, winning the final by a score of 7-4. Although Luke Littler might have lost the final, he did not lose in life, as he made a cool $200,000 for making it that far in the competition and rose to 34th in the world rankings. The final drew in over 4.5 million viewers, making it the most-watched darts event in history and the most-watched non-football sporting event on Sky. Luke Littler's impressive performance also earned him a spot in the 2024 Darts Premier League, where he would have a chance to face off against Luke Humphreys again in the upcoming quarterfinals in Cardiff. On January 12, 2024, just a few weeks after the World Championships, Luke Littler made his debut at the Bahrain Darts Masters, part of the World Series of Darts. As one of 16 players competing for the title, he made a strong start by beating Hong Kong's Man Lok Leong 6-3 in his opening game, and then overcoming former world champion Gerwyn Price in the semi-finals. However, the most significant moment came during the quarterfinals against Nathan Aspinall, where Luke hit his first ever 9-dart finish in a major competition. This remarkable achievement not only won him the first leg of the game, but also made him the youngest player ever to land a televised 9-dart finish. To understand just how remarkable a 9-dart finish is, consider that for a professional, the odds of achieving one is roughly 1 in 10,000. For a skilled amateur, the odds are even steeper, about 1 in 500,000. So, for Luke Littler to accomplish this in a competitive setting is nothing short of extraordinary. Later that same evening, he faced off against 3-time world champion Michael van Gerwen in the final. Luke Littler went on to beat him 8-5 in the Bahrain Darts Masters final, earning $20,000 for the win and bringing his total monthly earnings to $220,000. Even more astonishingly, after winning the Bahrain tournament, Luke admitted he hadn't practiced or thrown darts since the World Championships a few weeks earlier. On January 21, 2023, he finally turned 17 years old. Luke Littler's meteoric rise in professional darts continued with significant success across various tournaments. In the Dutch Darts Masters, he reached the final by defeating Dirk van Dijvenbode, Luke Humphries, and Gerwyn Price, but lost to Michael van Gerwen. Securing his PDC Tour card for 2024, Littler's debut in the Players' Championship Series was remarkable. In the first event, he defeated several competitors, including a 6-1 victory against Jim Williams and a 6-2 win over Cameron Menzies to enter his first Pro Tour quarterfinal. He capped off the event by winning the final, defeating Ryan Searle with a stunning 109.64 average, securing his first Players' Championship title on debut. He continued his impressive run in subsequent Players' Championship events, reaching various stages, including a semifinal and quarterfinal. In the 2024 UK Open, Littler made it to the 6th round, eventually losing to Damon Hedda in the quarterfinals. His journey in the European Tour was equally impressive, with a debut win at the Belgian Darts Open. He overcame José de Sousa, Christoph Ratajski, Damon Hedda, and others, reaching the final against Rob Cross, where he emerged victorious. His performance included hitting a 9-darter and facing controversies, with opponents accusing him of arrogance. In Premier League darts, Littler made an impact early in the season. He reached multiple semi-finals and finals, eventually winning Night 9 in Belfast and Night 10 in Manchester, achieving back-to-back victories. Although he faced a narrow defeat against Michael van Gerwen in Night 11, his consistent performance and high averages marked him as a rising star in the darts scene. Littler's ability to reach final stages and win major tournaments on debut underscored his potential to become a top contender in the PDC circuit. Luke's success in these tournaments reflects the growing popularity of darts. From 1999 to 2023, viewership has surged by approximately 900%, largely driven by the increased coverage and high production quality brought by Sky Sports. Without question, Luke represents the future of darts. And since he represents the future, it's safe to say that darts fans and enthusiasts alike should be excited for what lies ahead. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe for similar content. Who would you like to see next? Let us know in the comments. Until next time, stay quixotic.